Bolt just launched electric cars in South Africa, but there's a very obvious problem nobody wants to talk about. South Africa can barely keep the lights on, and now one of Africa's biggest ride hailing companies wants to charge cars with that same electricity. Bolt officially launched its electric vehicle category in Cape Town on May 18, 2026, through a strategic fleet partnership with local operator Yugo Ride. The company is targeting 500 electrical vehicles on South African roads by December 2026, with Johannesburg next in line for expansion, part of a broader African push that already includes Kenya and Nigeria and spans over 70 cities worldwide. The pitch to drivers is compelling. Both frames the shift explicitly around drivers' economics, lower fuel costs, reduced maintenance, and more predictable running expenses. For South African drivers bleeding money and Nigerian drivers bleeding money at the petrol pump, that's a genuinely attractive proposition. But here's what they're not saying loudly enough. The success of electric ride hailing in cities like Johannesburg and Cape Town may depend heavily on electrical reliability and charging accessibility, two things South Africa has historically struggled with. Now, what happens to your EV when the power goes out for 6 hours? There's a bigger competitive angle too. Bolt's launch follows Uber's introduction of its own EV ride category in South Africa in late 2025, meaning this is now a full blown electric vehicle arms race between two of the world's biggest ride hailing platforms, playing out on African roads. The conversation nobody is having. Africa is being asked to leapfrog into electric future, but with whose charging infrastructure, whose electricity grid, and whose financing? Bolt and Uber can launch EV categories all they want, but if the average South African driver can't afford to buy or lease an electric car, this remains a product for the privileged few. Will this actually change anything for the everyday driver in Soweto or Nigeria, or is it just a green PR win for an European tech company? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.